Hi, hello.
Hello, Gregory. How about you today?
Good. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm great, thanks.
Your name is Jefferson.
Yes, we had a conversation a few months ago. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, now I remember you. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're from Brazil.
that's right. That's right.
Okay, that's very good. So how has your English been coming along?
I have a month without having conversation here in Cambly because I'm in rush time nowadays because of the college and work and some other things I'm doing right now. So my English is a little slow, but I'm try to study again as I was doing a few months ago.
Okay, very good. So you're busy at school or at work?
Yes, both.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a hard schedule when you have school and work together.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I remember I did that too when I was going to college. A couple of semesters I was working and studying, so going to
Yes, it's a little
school.
difficult to deal with, but we need to do it because we don't have another choice.
That's right, and for some reason that was when I was doing that, like full time working and going to school full time, and that was the best semester I had. My grades were the best. So
Yeah, yeah, that's right. When we have good teachers, it's very good
mm,
to deal with the semester because when we have bad teachers, it's more difficult to deal with the things that we have to study.
right, that's right. Yeah, because a teacher, a good teacher, if you have a good teacher, makes the subject more interesting, more exciting. But if you don't, it's just boring.
Yes, in my course economics, it's there are many math that we have to deal with, and for some reason, the teachers maybe have to be more slow than the normal because some students have many difficulties to deal with math here in Brazil, and the rank and the global rank of the Brazilians are in bad. The Brazilians are in a bad position, and Portuguese and math. So in college, the students have many difficulties.
Wow, yeah, because I know here in the United States too, we're not doing very well. We used to when I was young and just before, those years I was born. Uh, America was always math and science. We were always good, and now we're at towards the bottom. And we pay a lot of money in our educational system.
Yeah,
So
and it's one of the best in the world, the United States education. Here in Brazil, it's a reference to the United States. Many students go to study there because there are more opportunities. For foreigners, I think it's more easy because they study in good university in Europe and other place in United States want to have these professionals there.
yeah, that's right. So you're I think you say an economics student. You're studying economics.
Yeah.
Do you in your studies do you have to use like math a lot?
Yes, all the time we have subjects that is related to math, statistic, and we have to do with some computers programs because there are many cogs that is very difficult to do. So the machine have to do for us, and we just read the numbers and interpret.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's a little bit of a difficulty, but Once you get the basics, I know with math, it look when you look at it, it looks hard. When you look at some equations, some problems, it seems hard. But if you break them down, if you know what you need to know in the problem, then you'll be able to solve it step by step. And that's the whole thing with math. Math, you have to learn the first step. You can't, like if you study history, you can study different periods of history, so you don't have to follow a pattern. But with math, you have to stop that first step and just keep moving. And that's the thing. A lot of students get trapped with the different steps.
It's like English. When we stop to study and to come back is difficult because we forget many things related. So we have to be practice every time.
Right, right. Because with me, I always loved math, and I always did good in math. But then, uh, like a few years ago, I had to take a math exam, because I had to practice doing teaching. I was going to teach in a math class, but my math was so rusty. I didn't get the grade high enough to teach. So I wasn't able to do that. But and I mean, it wasn't difficult math, but it's been so long since I used it. So that was the problem. So that's like English, like you say, when you get away from it, or any language, when you get away from it, it's difficult. You have to get back into it again.
Here in Brazil, we don't have many contact with the English, so it's just Portuguese all the time, and we have to look for many kinds of things that keep us study English, but it's more in the computer, in the internet, because in the real life we can see the English, so it's more difficult because I think in other countries that have the English as a second language, it's very common to go in a pub and in a bar and see the menu in the two language and the nativity language and the English language. But here in Brazil, it's different. It's different. It's just Portuguese and many time in many parts of the country.
All right, that's right. Yeah, but if you come to Miami, you'll hear a lot of Portuguese and English together.
And Spanish, I think.
Spanish, yeah.
Yes, well. Talk about Miami and Florida. I'm sorry for the noise. I see the news about the FBI and the Trump's house. How about
Mm.
that?
Yeah, it was illegal. In America, yeah, we say we have the Fourth Amendment, that they have to, if they want to search your house for something, they have to have a warrant, but it has to be very specific. They can't just say, okay, you have a gun, we want to search for your gun. They can't just come in your house and just go through your whole house. You know, and that was a total illegal what they did to Trump. So
I see.
there's a
Yeah, I see the rallies the rally yesterday in Pennsylvania, and Trump said that they look for the clothes of Melania and something like that.
Yeah, yeah, they went through her closet. I mean,
Yeah,
what was she going to have in her closet that was, so important? And then they went through his son's room, and they made it, they went through everything, and they left it a mess. So that doesn't sound good for the FBI.
that was very shocking here in Brazil because we that support Bolsonaro and support Trump seen something similar here in Brazil because we have a Supreme Court judge that are looking for anything that involve the president in any crime, but they haven't achieved this goal, and they have made some strange things like in the day of the vote we have to not use the cell phone to vote because they don't want that we make a picture of the screen of the machine. It's very strange because they don't want that we can see and how we vote and for
Mm.
who we vote.
Yeah, I know, and that's been an issue here too. I mean, Trump legally is the president because he won by a big margin, and they just you see in America. I don't know in your government how your government works, but voting voting is done by the states. Each state makes up its rules. How the voting process goes. And so whenever you have to make a change, the state legislature has to do that. They have to change the law. But what happened in the election 2020, the governors, a couple of governors made changes to the law so they could have these ballot boxes out in the streets, which was illegal. And that's how Biden actually won. They stuffed those ballots boxes out with all illegal ballots, and that's how he ended up getting more votes. So now we might have the Supreme Court go in a case. If they take up this case, then they're going to throw they may throw the election out and have to redo it.
Yes, it was a shame that the governor of Georgia, that
Yeah,
which we had, which they do, they didn't protect the system. They didn't protect the real winner that was Donald Trump in that state. It's very difficult to see a president that won in Florida and Texas don't take the general election. It's very difficult to see this.
I know. And Georgia is a really conservative Republican state, so it should have gone to Trump easily. But because of the, like you said, the governor is no good, and they
Yes.
have to do something with him.
Yes, but we will see the result of the election this year. The Republican will take the House and the Senate, I think. I'm sure of it. Because 95% of the candidates that Trump supports is in the lead.
Right, right. So the only problem will be if they continue with the same voting system, if they continue to do that, if they have to change that before the election. If they do, then it'll be a landslide for the Republicans.
That's the problem. Here, Brazil, we have a electronical system,
Yeah.
but a hack can change the results because they can infute and the process and the system and take votes from one side to another because Lula is the lead of the polls, but the majority of the people here doesn't believe in the polls. We can see the president Bolsonaro in the streets. It's a huge crowd. When
Mhm.
the Lula came to any event, it's a small group of people, and we can understand.
Mhm. That's right. The polls, I never go by the polls.
Yes,
They're liars. Like the news. Like Trump always calls it fake news, and it is. It's fake.
yes. Yesterday, there was a huge crowd in the Pennsylvania rally, and when Biden goes in any place, it's 10 people, 20 people, and the majority of the young Democrats are against him.
Yeah, that speech that Biden gave the other night, that was a disaster for him and for the Democrats. He's showing himself to be a true communist. That's what he
Yes,
is.
it's a problem. So I hope to see you again. It's 30 seconds to finish.
Yeah, I'm generally on at this time on Sundays. Sundays in the day, 9 and 10 a.m. my time.
It's a
So
good time. It's a good time.
yeah, so hopefully I'll see you again in another week or so.
Yes. Thank you. Have a good Sunday.
Okay, you too, Jefferson. Take care.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
Thank you very much.